Unfolding map. Alara was 82 years old and lived in a small, quiet house filled with the faint scent of dried lavender and old paper. Her most prized possession wasn't a piece of jewelry or an antique, but a large, brittle map of the world, rolled up and tied with a faded ribbon. It had belonged to her late husband, Thomas. Thomas had been a cartographer, a man who lived and breathed coastlines, latitudes, and the promise of elsewhere. He passed away 5 years prior, leaving Alara with a void the size of the Pacific Ocean. One rainy afternoon, as the mist clung to her window panes, Alara took the map down from the shelf. She hadn't unfurled it since Thomas's funeral. The grief felt too raw, too geographically large. She carefully untied the ribbon. The heavy parchment slowly rolled out over her worn wooden table, covering it completely. The colors, the pale greens of jungles, the deep blues of the Atlantic, were still vibrant. Alara ran a trembling finger over the map, tracing the route of the Amazon River, when she noticed something strange. The map wasn't blank. Across the entire surface, spanning oceans and continents, were small penciled annotations in Thomas's neat, familiar handwriting. Over the coordinates for a tiny island in the Aegean Sea, he had written, "The place I first knew I would marry her." They had never visited that island. Beside a stretch of the Trans-Siberian Railway, it read, "Where I finally understood her laugh, like glass wind chimes." He'd taken that trip alone for work. In the middle of the Sahara Desert, a single word, forgiveness. And near the coordinates for their own small, unremarkable town, nestled right above their street, my whole world. Alara wasn't looking at a geographical map anymore. She was looking at a map of their shared sentiment, a secret, coded topography of Thomas's heart. Every place he couldn't take her, every journey he had to make alone, he had imbued with a memory or feeling tied back to her. Tears, warm and unexpected, tracked a path